There's nothing more powerful than a man who disappears and builds in silence. You want to make her regret losing. You don't beg, don't chase, don't explain, just vanish and reappear as everything she thought she could replace, but couldn't. Modern women are not fooled by words. They live in a world full of validation options and attention. What gets their attention now is the man. They can't have any more. The man who doesn't argue, doesn't react, and doesn't announce what he's doing next. When you go cold and improve without saying a word, you create mystery and regret starts eating at her. Regret doesn't come when you post quotes. It doesn't come when you try to prove your worth. It comes when she watches your life glow without her in it. That's what this video is about, tactical power, not emotional revenge, not trying to get her back, but creating undeniable proof that you were the win. And she blew it. You don't need her closure, you don't need her attention. What you need is a strategy that works for you, a system that shifts the power back in your hands. And once you understand how modern women respond to distance, silence and strength, you'll stop playing defense and start making her feel the loss. This isn't about pretending to be okay. It's about actually becoming the man she never thought you'd be without her. You want her thinking about you late at night. You want her friends asking about you. You want her watching your stories, regretting everything. Then sit back, because I'm about to show you how to make a woman regret losing you in the most real, powerful way possible before we start the video. I want to remind you that my exclusive online course on mastering the dating game is available now. If you've been learning from my YouTube videos, you're only scratching the surface. This course goes deeper, teaching you everything you need to know about the dating game from approaching a woman to building real attraction. We just finished section 5 in the course, and you won't find this information on videos on my channel. It's easy to access with a secure payment option. Visit stoicapproachtolife.podia.com or click the link in the description to enroll now and improve your dating life. 1. Cut her off completely. The first and most important move is this. Cut her off completely, not halfway, not when it's convenient, not when you feel strong enough. You cut her off the moment she makes it clear she doesn't value you anymore. Because anything less than that is weakness. And women can smell weakness from miles away. Modern women are used to men hanging on. They expect you to stay available even after the breakup. They expect you to keep watching their stories, liking their posts, responding to their texts and showing up when they get bored. But here's the truth. If you give her that, she won't regret losing you. She'll feel like she still has access to you. And that means you're not really gone. You're just emotionally waiting around. If you want her to feel your absence, you have to create it. That means no calls, no replies, no stalking her social media, no checking if she's moved on, no emotional reactions. Disappear like you were never there, because a woman cannot feel regret when she still has your energy. Your energy is power. The second she walks away, take it all with you. Some men think that cutting her off is childish or dramatic. That's emotional thinking. Cutting her off is a strategic reset. It allows her to sit in silence and face the truth that you're not one of those guys who'll chase her while she explores her options. You're the man who walks and stays, walked. She needs to feel that discomfort. She needs to wonder why you haven't reached out. She needs to feel rejected by the same man she thought would never leave you. Don't even announce it. No long messages, no closure speech. No, I'm doing this for myself. Paragraph, you just vanish. Silence is louder than any explanation. She will check your page, she will notice the silence, and slowly that silence will turn into curiosity, and that curiosity will become regret, because women don't regret losing you. When you beg, they regret losing you. When you make them feel the consequences of disrespect. Cutting her off also gives you control. Back. It shifts the dynamic. You're no longer chasing. You're not reacting. You're dictating the pace now. And the moment she realizes she's not in control anymore, her ego takes a hit. That's when the power starts to shift. This isn't about revenge. It's about letting your absence speak louder than any words ever could. It's about removing yourself as her emotional safety net, because once she knows you're no longer an option, that's when she begins to realize just how valuable you really were. Let her sit with that silence. Let it burn. Let it teach her what she gave up. To level up in silence once you've disappeared from her life. The next move is to level up, but not for her, for yourself. And you do it in silence. No updates. No showboating. No trying to prove anything. Just quiet, consistent, undeniable growth. You become the man she never thought you'd become alone when a woman walks away or loses interest. Most men go into emotional panic. They start doing things to get noticed again. Flashy posts, gym selfies, forced success stories. But that doesn't make her regret losing you. It makes you look desperate for her validation. That's weakness, and women don't respect weakness. Real power is silent when you level up without broadcasting every step. She starts to wonder what's happening behind the scenes. She checks your social media and sees nothing new, nothing dramatic, just calm. That calm drives her crazy because now she doesn't know what you're up to. And the unknown is what triggers curiosity. That curiosity grows into regret when she realizes you've been using the silence to elevate, not to chase. You need to be building every day. Your money, your body, your mind, your social circle. You need to become a man who looks better, moves smarter, and lives cleaner. You don't tell her about it. You don't try to make her see it. You just do it. And the transformation becomes your loudest response. The gym should see you more than social media does. Books should replace pointless conversations. Your appearance should sharpen, not because you want her back, but because you're done being anything less than excellent. Let her wonder why you glow differently. Let her hear about it from other people. Let her discover your growth when she least expects it. The power in silent leveling up is that it creates distance without noise. You're not bitter. You're not explaining anything. You're just becoming a stronger, more focused version of yourself and doing it without needing a reaction from her. That's where real regret is born, not in loud posts or status updates, but in the quiet realization that the man she walked away from isn't the man he used to be. You don't need to post every win. You don't need to prove your value. You become the value. And when she notices, it hits harder than anything. You could have said, she expects you to fall apart. She expects you to spiral. But when you grow without her, you break the script. You become unpredictable, and unpredictability leads to attraction. Every moment you spend building in silence is a step away from who she knew, and a step toward the man she never saw coming. And the more distance there is between who you were and who you're becoming, the stronger her regret becomes, because now the man you're becoming is no longer within her reach. 3, let her watch. You win. The biggest mistake men make after a woman walks away is trying to prove their worth directly to her. That approach never works. What actually works is positioning yourself where she has no choice but to see you succeed without her being part of the story. Letting her watch you win from a distance does something to her ego that words never could. Here's the truth. You don't need to tell her anything. You don't need to try to show her what she missed out on. The key is to live your life so intentionally and so powerfully that your wins naturally become visible. Not because you're bragging, but because success can't be hidden. When a man is truly focused, truly disciplined, and truly growing, the results speak for themselves. Let her see the glow up, but not through direct updates, through glimpses. A new photo where you look sharp, healthy, focused, a story with a new circle of friends, a mention of your name through someone else. It's these subtle reminders that start to eat at her, because women are not moved by noise. They're moved by contrast. When the man they left behind suddenly looks like the man every woman wants. That's when reality hits them hard when you start winning. Keep your energy calm. Don't act like you're trying to get her attention. Don't overdo it. Just stay in your lane and let her come across your wins organically. The less you react, the more power you gain. Because now she's on the outside looking in. And every victory you earn without her makes her feel more irrelevant to your success. That's where regret is born, in knowing that she no longer adds value to a life that's clearly on the rise. This is also why it's important to cut off all unnecessary emotional ties. If you're still checking her page, responding to her messages, or acting friendly, she won't feel that distance, and without distance, she won't see the contrast. Keep your wins clean and quiet. No captions targeting her, no subliminal messages, that's still you reacting. And anytime you react, you give her power. Let her friends talk. Let her wonder how you're doing. Let her scroll through your profile and see how calm and collected you've become. Women start to regret losing you. When they realize they're no longer part of the story they assumed they'd always have access to. They can't handle watching you glow without needing them. That's the pressure point you win by staying consistent. You win by elevating your circle. You win by being disciplined in areas she never thought you had control over when she sees you thriving. Not just existing, but thriving and doing it without a trace of bitterness or need for attention. It sends a sharp message. He didn't need me. He never did, and now I can't reach him. For control the narrative after a breakup or separation, there's one thing a woman always tries to do. Control the story. She wants to be the one who walked away stronger. She wants to paint the picture that she outgrew you, that she's happier, that she's unfaced. And if you're not careful, she'll shape that story in a way that leaves your image damaged while she walks away with the spotlight. That's why you must control the narrative through actions, not arguments. Controlling the narrative doesn't mean defending yourself. It doesn't mean explaining your side or exposing what you did wrong. It means choosing what energy you put out into the world and letting that speak for itself. When she says you are too emotional, your silence shows strength. When she tells others you are holding her back, your progress makes her words look foolish. When she tries to make you look like the one who lost your composure becomes your weapon. The best part is, you don't even have to attack. You don't need to call her out. All you need to do is stay in control of your image, your emotions, and your movement forward. That shakes her more than any insult ever could. Because when you don't play into her script, she's stuck holding a narrative that no longer makes sense. People start to question her version. She starts to question it herself. That's when regret starts creeping in. A woman expects you to fall apart. She expects you to get emotional, to lash out, to chase her down and beg. But when you stay grounded, when you handle yourself with quiet strength, the whole story changes. People around her she notices, and the narrative starts to shift from he couldn't handle me to he's actually better without me. You control the narrative by not reacting. You control it by refusing to be messy. You don't comment on her moves. You don't watch her stories. You don't show up where she is. You don't talk about her. You keep your name clean, your image tight, and your presence powerful. When people ask about the breakup, you give a calm response like, "We just went different ways. I'm focused on my next chapter." That's it. No drama, no bitterness, just elevation. Eventually, she starts to feel like she misjudged you. The same man she thought she had figured out is now looking more disciplined, more respected, more composed, and she's no longer part of that picture that eats at her, because a woman never expects the man she left to become more attractive, more mysterious, and more powerful without her. By controlling the narrative, you take back your power without ever needing to fight for it. You let your progress do the talking, and most importantly, You force her to sit with the reality that she miscalculated badly. 5. Keep her out of your world. One of the most powerful things you can do to make a woman regret losing you is to fully lock her out of your world. Not halfway, not emotionally fully. You stop giving her access to you, to your energy, to your life. No checking on her, no leaving the door open for her return, no friendly conversations or soft goodbyes. You draw the line and you don't move it. See, women have this way of trying to keep you as an emotional backup. They'll end things, but still reach out from time to time, just to check in, just to see how you're doing. But that's not real concern. It's a test she's checking to see if she still has emotional control over you. If you respond, if you show any sign that you're still there waiting, then the regret fades. She feels secure knowing she could come back any time if she wanted to. And that false sense of security kills any potential for her to miss you or value you again. That's why you need to be completely unavailable. If she messages, you don't respond. If she calls, you don't pick up. If she tries to send a joke, a memory, or some harmless question, you don't engage. You're not cold. You're not rude. You're just done. She's no longer part of your reality, and you don't owe her anything. She gave up her spot. Let her feel what that actually means. Keeping her out of your world also means not watching her life from the sidelines. Stop watching her stories, stop looking at her pictures, stop asking mutual friends about her. That kind of behavior keeps her emotionally in your space, even if she's not physically there. And as long as she's still in your mind, she's still in your control. You need that space free. You need your mental energy back. This is also about setting boundaries with yourself. If she tries to show up again, you don't fall into casual conversations. You don't agree to just hang out. You don't give her access to the new version of you that she didn't help build. You guard your world, you protect your peace, because the man you're becoming deserves to be around people who value him, not those who had the chance and threw it away. What most men don't realize is that regret doesn't happen when you're accessible. It happens when you disappear, not physically, but emotionally and spiritually. She no longer gets to know how you're doing. She no longer gets updates on your progress. And that silence becomes a storm in her mind. She imagines, she guesses, and most of the time she gets it wrong. That mystery hurts more than truth. You want her to regret losing you. Make sure she can't reach you. Not your heart, not your plans, not your time. Nothing six. Let time work against her. Most men underestimate the power of silence over time. They think they have to move fast to make her miss them. They rush into posting new things, dating someone else, or trying to look unbothered. But real impact, real regret, doesn't come in the first few days or even weeks. It builds over time slowly, and only if you know how to let that time work in your favor. When a woman leaves in the beginning, she feels free. She feels like she made the right choice. That feeling can last days, even weeks. She's caught up in distractions, attention, and the illusion of independence. That's when most men make the mistake of reacting. They try to get her attention too soon, thinking it'll bring her back. It never does, because in those early stages, she's still high off her decision. She hasn't had to feel the absence of you yet, but when you do nothing, when you truly fall off her radar, that initial high begins to fade. Slowly, boredom creeps in the attention she once enjoyed, starts to feel shallow, the distractions become repetitive. And that's when time starts to turn against her, because now she's not just missing you, she's realizing no one else is giving her what you gave her, your presence, your energy, your consistency. It's no longer there, and the silence becomes louder. Time is your greatest weapon when you know how to use it with patience and self-control every day. You don't reach out every week, you keep building your life quietly every month. She sees your growth without hearing from you. It chips away at her pride because she expected you to fold. She expected you to try and fix things, but instead you're becoming harder to reach, harder to understand, harder to replace women. don't regret a man they can figure out. They regret the man they thought they knew, but now can't access, can't predict, and can't influence. Time turns your absence into mystery, and that mystery becomes a constant reminder that she made a choice. She can't undo the more time passes. Without her in your world, the more real the loss becomes. Here's what makes it even more effective. You're not faking anything. You're not pretending to move on. You actually are. You're not acting like you're doing better. You really are. You're not using time to make her miss you. You're using time to elevate yourself. And because of that, she's watching the man she used to have become better without her. That's the punch that hits her pride. There's no shortcut. Real regret happens in the quiet moments, the lonely nights, the unexpected reminders. Let time deliver those hits. Your job is to stay silent, stay focused, and let her imagination do the rest. 7. Don't take her back easily. Regret means nothing. If you're easy to reclaim, a woman may miss you, she may even reach out. But if you make it easy for her to slide back into your life, like nothing happened, then you destroy everything you built. Her regret turns into ego satisfaction. She confirms she still has access, and once she gets what she wants, your attention, your forgiveness, your time, she loses interest all over again. That's why the final and most crucial move is this. Don't take her back easily. The biggest mistake men make is thinking that her return is the finish line. It's not. It's another test. She's not always coming back because she wants to rebuild something deep. Sometimes she's just coming back to see if the door is still open, if she senses that she can walk back into your life with a smile and no consequences. She'll never respect you. And without respect, there's no love, only control. If she left you, there has to be a process. She has to earn her way back into your space. She needs to feel that you've changed, not just moved on. She needs to realize she's dealing with a man who's not waiting around anymore. You're not bitter, you're just better. You're not cold, but you've outgrown the version of yourself that would have begged for her love. If she wants to come back, let her prove why. Let her explain what's different now. Let her see that the man she walked away from doesn't exist anymore. He was replaced by a man who knows his worth and won't settle for being someone's second thought. This doesn't mean playing games. This means standing on the standards you now live by. Because if you let her skip the effort, she'll skip the commitment again. You also have to be willing to say no, not out of spite, but out of principle. If her return feels like convenience, not conviction, you walk away if she's only coming back because nothing else worked out. You keep your distance because taking her back when she hasn't truly changed is like putting your hand back in the fire and expecting not to get burned. Real power is when you're no longer afraid to lose her. That's when she sees the shift. That's when her regret deepens, because she realizes you're not just trying to win her back anymore. You're evaluating whether she's even worth your time. Now that reversal of power hits her ego harder than anything else. You don't take her back just because she says, sorry. You don't take her back because you miss the good times. You only take her back if she aligns with the man you've become. And if she doesn't, you keep walking. Because your value isn't proven by who comes back. It's proven by what you allow back into your life. You made it clear, regret isn't about chasing or begging. It's about owning your power, staying silent and becoming the man. She wished she never lost control. Your story, guard your world. Let time do its work and never give her easy access again. Real regret hits when you stop being available and start being undeniable. Stay focused on yourself, build your life, and watch her realize what she threw away the moment you respect yourself more than the fear of losing her. You become untouchable. That's how you make a woman regret losing you. And remember, if you're serious about mastering the dating game, don't miss out on my exclusive online course. We go beyond what's covered in these videos. giving you powerful insights from the first approach to lasting attraction. It's easy to enroll with a secure payment option. Visit Stoic Approach to Life, Podia.com, or simply click the link in the description to secure your spot. Don't wait until it's too late. Take action now and start transforming your dating life today. I want to especially appreciate you for taking your time to watch till the end of this video. I hope the video helps you improve every aspect of your relationship with women. Until next time, this is Stoic Approach to Life.